After kuchukua hiyo bike nikakuwa na ride siku moja saa 10 ya usiku, kwa tunapiga shughuli zangu, naenda kutrain clan fulani anafanya KRA, anaitwa na Mache. Nikafika huko Bunyala roundabout pale, najaribu kuexit, nikagonga noa, nikatupwa 200 meters away. Kutupwa 200 meters away nikakuwa unconscious, mambo ikafanyika hapa na pale, nikapelekwa Mata Hospital, nikapigwa x-ray. Wase wengi they say Mustapha akona kiburi. Remember, hii kiburi. Anyone who is successful in life na akona plans zake za future na anazifulfill, anaitwangu akona kiburi. Most people want you to remain down there so that ionekane hauna kiburi. So I like to be this person mwenye he will come up with his own initiative, my plans and everything. Came up with a way I can get a sponsorship for these kids. Even if in a year I can sponsor 20 kids to go to high school, and then after that find a way I can take them maybe to a polytechnic or either university.
Yes, Mustapha Convict. Unasemaje bro?
Niko poa sana.
Yeah.
Niko safi kabisa.
Naona bro umeprint t-shirt hapo, naona hapo nyuma kuna bana moja inaitwa Africa with Mozambique Adventure Team.
Yes.
Tuambie bro, hii ni shughuli gani unafanya?
Okay, hii shughuli ni inaitwa Africa with Mozambique Adventure Team. The reason was as to why I came up with that is because Mozambique Adventure Team, they are visiting Kenya in December. So Mozambique Adventure Team, they are bikers from Africa. So they are coming through Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Tanzania, then Nairobi. So jani ya Mozambique Adventure Team inaitwa Diamond Honeymoon. In short, 4 bikers from Mozambique, they are coming to Zimbabwe for honeymoon. That's why for their trip it's called Diamond Honeymoon. So after they are done with that, they will come through Mombasa, Diani, and then they will come to Nairobi, where Mozambique Adventure Team will link up with me and other guys like Pastor Sami, Pastor Nick, who are still doing the same trip, but for them they are doing it like they actually are rotating the whole of Africa. So that's why I came up with the name Africa with Mozambique Adventure Team. And the trip is coming in December 3rd. That's when now we are going to live here. And this trip is long because we are going to do we're going to do it for 40 days. We will cover 12 countries, and also we shall do like 15,000 kilometers. And the budget is around 700,000. So it's coming in December. That's why it's called Africa with Mozambique Adventure Team. Yeah.
So Mustapha, how can your fans support you?
Basically, I've started my initiative. I've started pushing my merchandise, my t-shirt and my hoods. And it's great because so far I've sold so many to people in different places. I've had orders from as far as Embu, Oloitoktok, Lamu, Mombasa, Kilifi, Kitui, Mwingi. Even there's a guy from Garissa, Nairobi. In fact, in Nairobi there's a guy who like hooked me up with all his crew, and they were able to buy like 20 hoods and 20 t-shirts. So if you want to support this trip, the only way to do it is to buy my merchandise, my t-shirt and my hoodie. T-shirt is 1,000 and hoodie is 2,500. And that money will go to fund my trip in December.
Yeah, so Mustapha, another thing nimeona pia ukipush sana hiyo initiative ya watu kutumia helmets bro.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that?
Okay, the initiative for helmet has been there for so many years. It's only that people don't take it serious. I started pushing like it from like I think 3 months ago, and my concern was people when they are riding, they are not putting on helmet. I got an accident in 2020 with a CBR 600. Is a very powerful machine. So kwa roundabout saa 10 ya usiku, I hit a car that threw me on the other side, of, like as in any of the road, like 200 meters away. You are thrown because I was at high speed. I think that was around like 200 kilometers per hour. You know. So when I got that accident, I had my helmet, my jacket, like my full gear. I mean, including my shoes, not these ones. They were long shoes. They were actually reaching here. So upon landing, I broke these 2 teeth, which I went to the hospital, did MRI, everything. I was okay. I survived that accident because of God, Allah. So I started now pushing the agenda, VA helmet, Amazoea helmet, because they are okay. Like in Kenya now, being a boda, a rider, is a livelihood. You are actually looking for livelihood for your family. So now you can imagine, bahati mbaya accident maifanyike na una helmet, and maybe you had a wife and maybe 2 or 3 kids wanakutegemea as the breadwinner. So I started pushing it because I realized also there are so many guys who like got an accident and their family really suffered. So because of that, I decided now let's push for the agenda as Zoya helmet, which will going to save more life, and also it will going to help more life continue getting their livelihood, and also reduce the risk of when you get an injury, death, which is the worst. So that's why I started pushing it to everyone, including private bikers, bodas, scooters, everyone who is on the road.
Yeah. So to the new fans, Mustafa, maybe you can tell us about your bike. Tupatie specs za bike. Na pia kwa ule mtu anaweza taka ku-own, maybe you can tell us your journey from your first bike mpaka mahali tumefika. Unajua watu wanasema we ni cartel bro. Hii pesa yote unatoa wapi?
Yeah. Mimi ningetaka kuambia watu, I am not a cartel. I'm a businessman and I'm known. So I get my money through doing legit business. Which it can be verified out there. And also my bike, my background is I grew up in a family that does business. So in that line, I was able to adapt a few skills and a few knowledge about doing business. So I've been copying it, and it worked, whereby some of the things that I've been doing currently, it's actually a copy pasting of what my parents are doing still now, and that's how I generate my money. Again, this lifestyle is very expensive, as you know. That's why many people think Mustafa is a cartel, because funding a trip, let's say now I'm going to Lamu and I'll be back in 3 days because I'm doing the whole circuit, tour and detour through Mwingi, Garissa, Minjila, Lamu, then come back through Malindi, Mombasa, a Mombasa highway up to Kitui, Machakos, Nairobi. It's tour detour. That trip can cost me around 40,000. Fuel, accommodation, food, those 3 things. Again, this bike is called Adventure Bike. It's a BMW GS. I bought this bike from South Africa like 4 months ago. I actually took a flight from Nairobi, went to Johannesburg, bought this bike and ride it down from South Africa through Botswana, Zambia, Tanzania and Kenya. I took like 8 days, and I covered about 6,000 kilometers. So I decided, why not? Because this bike, when you push it, you can actually do 500 to 800 kilometers in a day without getting tired, because it's comfortable. It has good suspension. The front, there's a front Tel Aviv that is unique. No other bike has that front suspension, and it's comfortable. You can adjust your seat, you can make it high, you can make it low. Also, it has things like ABS, traction control, and also it has so many features that makes this bike more comfortable. That's why you can do 500 to 800 without getting tired. Again, so many people ask me about the price of this bike. what I always tell people is this bike is priceless. It's priceless. I mean, when you buy it like it's second hand, because me, I bought when it was around 10,000 kilometer. I spent about 2.4 million. So spending 2.4 million on a motorcycle, for many people it's insane, like it's crazy. There are lands you need to buy. I agree with all your demands. There are pro box that you can buy that can do a business, Hilux. There are so many things, but again, we have different passion and visions. So if my passion and vision is to own a bike like this with huge that money, it's okay, because at the end of the day, you do what makes you happy. So this bike is an adventure bike. It's not a sport bike or touring or anything. It's an adventure bike. It means it's bike that was designed to go for long distance without getting tired. Yeah.
Okay, so Mustapha, another thing is about fuel consumption.
Okay.
So how many kilometers can you cover in a liter?
Okay.
Like ukieka liter moja.
Okay. This bike is actually economical, especially if you get the 1250 of this. This is 1200. You can get relatively, you will say about 20 kilometer per liter. When you put full tank for this bike is 31 liters. So 31 liters, you can get about 600 kilometers. That one, if you go at a speed of 120 and your RPM are not above 4,000. So if you do more than 4,000, like you push the bike, because this bike goes up to 240 kilometers per hour, you'll definitely get up to 13-14 kilometers, which is expensive. So riding the bike and the fuel, it depends with how you push it.
Yeah, so in terms of spare parts,
okay,
how expensive or how difficult is it to get spare parts for the bike?
Okay, I can say we have a BMW Motorrad. Like God has blessed us Kenyans, we have a BMW Motorrad like in Kenya for this bike and the cars. So if you want to get the parts, 90% of these parts, talk about the engine parts, when the bike breaks down, you can only import them. If you have the links through eBay, AliExpress, or any other way that you can source from, even China, Dubai, US, anywhere, so long as you get the parts. So if it's hard for you, you can go to BMW Kenya, whereby they have a garage for these bikes, BMW GS, and then they're going to ship for you at the cost. But I will say that the parts for this bike is a bit expensive. And okay, and then again, this bike, if you do service properly, it won't going to ask you any parts. You can do this bike even 200-300,000 kilometers and still everything is intact, apart from I'm removing maybe carbon from the engine or clearing the valve, and yeah, just something like that. Again, every bike, it depends with the user. If you use this bike politely, you don't go hard on it, don't push on it, don't go crazy on it, you're going to stay with it for a long time. Again, if you use it badly, you are very rough on it, you don't care about the service, you don't care about the parts, nothing. You just want to be on the bike and go. I can assure you, this bike, you spoil things like clutch plate. You can spend about 150,000 to 200,000 Kenya shillings. So you can imagine that.
Okay, so Mustapha, turudi sasa bro, the genesis ya hii mambo ya biking ilianzia wapi? Ilianza lini? Nini ilikufanya ukaanza bro? Because watu wengi walikuwa nakujua unafanya modeling, unafanya fitness. Hii passion ya hii biking, ama ulijuaje unapenda bikes, na bike yako ya kwanza ilikuwa gani, ukasonga tu gani before ufike hapa leo?
Okay. My story about starting my motorcycle dream, or rather journey, started back during Corona time, COVID time. So you all remember what happened to COVID. COVID was a blessing and was a curse to many people. for person like me, yes, I lost some business, but again, I gained some knowledge here and there. I started this journey during Corona time when people were staying at home. So what I used to do a lot of research in different sports. So one day when I was watching something on YouTube, an advertisement came. They were showing there will be a race for the sport bikes. So I watched the whole YouTube advertisement, and you know, when you click on it, it will take you to their YouTube channel, and then you can see what is happening. So that is exactly what I did, and what I saw was these bikes, these guys, they are very professional racers. They have good helmets, good gears, they are getting sponsors. So I started as a just like that. So I developed the interest. Now I started researching more about these bikes. Now when you start your journey, you always start small. During the same time during COVID, I was I used to go to Kasarani behind and run. So in the process of running, there was a guy who had the same bike, BMW. He came and then akanisimamisha while I was running. Manze nikatezi kwanza, nikashindwa huyu msee ni nani. Amevaa helmet, amevaa hii kitu balaclava, amefunika mpaka hapa ni macho tu. So I got scared. Then ile sasa process ya kushtuka, akatoa helmet. Rest in peace. It was this guy, alikuwa anaitwa
ni Mulongo.
Mulongo, yeah,
the strongman athlete.
Yeah, Mulongo. Nikamuuliza, Mulongo, kwani wewe ni mtu wa bike? Hii ni bike gani? So nikasorora. It was my first time kupatana na BMW. Nikamuuliza bei, akanitajia millions of money. Kwanza nikapanic. Akaniambia unaweza anza small. So remember that month and week nimekuwa nikiresearch about bike. So mimi nikarudi online, nikaanza kujifunza, and my first time nikaanza kufundishwa na mtu wa bodaboda kwa uwanja. That's not professional. After kujua kidogo during Corona, nikapatana na jamaa anaitwa Mika, bike instructor, DJ Mitch, whereby huyu msee nilipewa namba yake, nikaambiwa kama unataka kujifunza, because nilikuwa natafuta my first bike with a budget of 200k, nikapewa namba yake. Nikampigia, akaniambia mazee, mimi nafuzana bike, nitakusaidia hata utapata license, we come tutaongea. Mimi nikaenda kwa uwanja, by the way akanifunza. Until today mimi huendaga training ya refreshment. So my first bike nilibuy ilikuwa inaitwa Apache 180. So nikakaa na hiyo bike kama mwezi 5 hivi 6, nikaboeka nayo kwa sababu ya speed. But remember it was during COVID, na hiyo bike honestly ilinisaidia. Kwanza I used to do my errands, like going to my clients at home and training them for fitness. Ilinisaidia doing other errands, like msee anaweza kutuma mahali akupatie mzigo ufunge upeleke. Sasa I think all of you know during COVID you must look for something ya kusurvive. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa njia yangu. So after that I sold that bike and I started looking for money to top up. Unfortunately, mwenye nilimuuzia hata juu kuendesha bike akanirudishia. Mimi pia nikampea pesa, nikachukua bike yangu, nikaendelea kuride. So after some time nikiwa tu na hiyo bike nikapatana na jamaa anaitwa Faruk ako na team inaitwa Alpha Racing Team. Huyo msee urace until today. Huyo msee yeye huendeshaga ma super bikes na alikuwa na garage tao. Nikakuanga na visit, naona ana repair bikes, anaendesha bike mzito. Mimi niko na Apache, so nika develop interest. Akakuwa na bike fulani inaitwa CBR 600. Hiyo ndo bike ilinipeanga accident. So nikatafuta nusu do nikamtumia nikiwa tu na hii Apache, nikamshow half ingine nitakulipa kwa mwezi. Mimi nikaenda na bike. Remember sina skill sana, mimi ndo nimeanza sasa bike like 6 months now. So hiyo ndo second bike. Saa kuna siku niliget accident tu na hiyo bike within the same week. That's why naambianga wase, if you want to upgrade bikes, please do it slowly. because me, what I was supposed to do is at least go from 180 to at least 300 cc, then from 300 to 450 or 600, but mi nilijump from 180 to 600. So hii 600 ni bike iko na power na torque. Torque kwa wale wasiowajui ni bike ina peak 0 to 100 within microsecond. So the question is, will you be able to manage that? If anything happen, the brakes and everything, hiyo ndo question ina happen. So after kuchukua hiyo bike, nikakuwa na ride siku moja saa 10 ya usiku, kwa tunapiga shughuli zangu, naenda kutrain client fulani anafanya KRA, anaitwa na Mache. Nikafika huko Bunyala roundabout pale, najaribu ku exit, nikagonga noa, nikatupwa 200 meters away. Kutupwa 200 meters away, nikakuwa unconscious, mambo ikafanyika hapa na pale, nikapelekwa Mata Hospital, nikapigwa x-ray, nikaonekana niko poa, but hiyo bike ikapelekwa Central Police Station, tukaisekiwa. Baada ya wiki 3 nikanunua parts, nikaitengeneza, nikaride, nikaiuza, nikarudi tena 180cc kwa sababu huko mbele singeweza kumeka. So after that nikanunua tena 390cc, ambapo sasa nilipokuwa na 390cc nikaanza kupata mabiashara. By that time I was actually out of fitness. So kutoka hapo sasa ndo nikaanza kudevelop the interest ya kununua. Inaitwa dream bike, by the way. Anyone in this world ukimuuliza dream yako ni gani ya kuendesha bike, atakwambia dream yangu ni kuendesha GS. One reason, hii bike ni comfortable, unaenda naye long distance, alafu bike yenyewe ni massive, hata mtu akiona tu anaipigia salute. Beside that iko na respect zake. So hii ndio dream ya wase wengi, na ukifika hapa hivi hakuna mahali ingine unaweza enda. This is the last. So nikatafuta do, nikabuy my first GS, ilikuwa ya nyekundu, nikaitumia for 1 year and a half, nikaiuza hiyo do. Okay, the advantage of selling this bike, you get the value for money. Ukibuy bike na shilingi 5 unaweza uza shilingi 7. After that you can understand the concept. So ndo hii mwaka April nikaenda South Africa, nikanunua sasa hii bike ikiwa na 8000 kilometers, bado mpya, na nikaendesha kutoka Johannesburg mpaka Kenya. And ever since that time mimi nikakuwa hii interest ya bike imeingia mpaka kwa damu. Manze, hakuna kitu mimi ufikiria apart from my businesses, I always want to travel. I think the passion behind this is the way when you travel, when you meet new people, you experience new cultures, you experience new food, borders, everything. It makes you so passionate that you really want to continue. And my end game is, I want to ride this bike. At least I can do the whole of Africa, including West Africa, North Africa, East Africa, and South Africa. The 4 points of Africa. There is a guy pia ananinspire, anaitwa Pastor Sami, na kuna pia Nick Korir, Pastor Nick. Na Pastor Nick juzi kwa interview yake kuna kitu nililearn. Alisema Africa has 4 points. The southern point is called Cape Agulhas. East African point inaitwa, alisema North Hor. And then West African point iko Tunisia, inaitwa Hafu point. And then kuna North, hiyo North ndo sikumbuki. So in future I like to cover the 4 points. Then I like to, if God do this thing well, I like to start my initiative whereby I can help people, especially the needy one, get at least basic education, because it's hard to imagine even in Kenya there are people like wakishamaliza class 8 with good result they can't continue. So I like to be this person mwenye he will come up with his own initiative, my plans and everything, came up with a way I can get a sponsorship for these kids. Even if in a year I can sponsor 20 kids to go to high school, and then after that find a way I can take them maybe to a polytechnic, or either university, with the way I can market it and reach people who can be able to support me in getting funds to help these kids get okay, as in make these kids proceed above primary, it will going to be a good deal, because I believe education is everything. You know, somebody who is born in a poor background getting good education, he can stand on the same stage as a rich person born with money and everything, and they are going to share and speak the same language, share the same ideas. So investing in education, for me in future, it's gonna be one of the things that I like to venture. And these things that I'm talking about, I got an inspiration from my good friend Nick Korir, which he talks about education, which these people are our mentors, my mentors, your mentors. Sometimes the things they talk, you need to analyze and see where you can come, and perhaps because they are there and they're helping these needy kids get basic education and things like that, they can as well come and guide you, so that you can understand how you can also build your platform and bring these kids so that they can benefit from your initiative. So guys, this initiative hasn't yet started, but I believe with the way I'm going to tour this Africa and the world, my name will going to be known, bringing out the idea to the people who can support the initiative in future, which I'm not going to do it now, but later. That is the plan. I'm going to say that when I plan even to retire from this machine, that initiative will continue forever.
Nice one Mustapha. So tukimalizia, naweza taka tuguzie social media. Nimeona growth yako ya social media imekuwa poa sana. Lakini bado kuna wale maheta bro. Wanasema Mustapha akona kiburi sana. Mustapha anatutusi huku, Mustapha anafanya nini? So kwa hii space ya social media bro, what can you say about those people?
I like to comment, to put it officially out there. Okay, my success from social media, it was so fast. Mimi niliamka tu siku moja niko 10,000 followers, the next minute nafungua macho niko 80,000. Na hawa wase wote ni watu wako na different culture backgrounds, wako na different mindset, everything about them, but they are all my fans. People, I came to realize people have followed me for so many reasons. I know kuna ma-haters na kuna wale wasi ambaye wananisupport. What I will say is, now I can handle those haters better. At least a hater, show them something that you can do, and also something they can learn from you. Other than them hating, there's something they can learn. Then all these people, you can convert them into one basket, and when they see at what you are doing and how you are helping society grow, I'm sure their mindset will going to change. Many people think, and this is what I've come to realize, many people say niko na kiburi. That's not the case. Yeah, so wase wengi, they say Mustapha ako na kiburi. Remember, isi kiburi. Anyone who is successful in life na ako na plans zake za future na anazifulfill, anaitwango ako na kiburi. Most people want you to remain down there so that ionekane hauna kiburi. From today, I want to teach my fans and everyone who is following me. When you see someone who is successful and doing his things right and planning and fulfilling his dream, usiwahi ita huyo mtu ako na kiburi, because most people, they want you to stay down so that you can be humble. Okay, so you must also differentiate between arrogance and humbleness. You can be arrogant and not humble, and you can be both, depending with how someone is bringing you the bullshit. So guys, at least I've understand how to handle you better. For those who are hating, I believe there's something good they are going to learn from my page. And for those people who are supporting me, keep supporting me, because I'm sure out there are so many people. I'm talking to you, unangojea ile siku Mustafa atasota auze labda GS, akuwe wazimu, asikuwe na pesa, asiweze kufanya shughuli zake, so that you can say to people that unaona ujamaa huyu, mimi niliwaambianga huyu msee haezi enda mbali, na saizi hajaenda mbali. So guys, let's not have that mindset. Someone like me have come from far. I know how to maintain my standards and everything. I believe I'm going to be in this bike when Almighty says for the rest of my life until I retire. So guys, for my haters, I love you, and for those who are supporting me, I love you too.
Nice one Mustafa. So tukimalizia, maybe kama kuna anything hatujaguzia,
okay,
unaweza tuambia ndio tufunge sasa.
Okay guys, mimi ningependa tu kuambia in biking I am the only person, I don't know about others, but many people have told me I'm the only person mwenye amekuja kwa biking in a short time and aka-achieve something great in still a short time. I know many people who have been into biking for more than 10 to 15 years and still hawajafika the level that I have reached. Riding from South Africa, having contacts around bikers of Africa, which is all countries of Africa, and being admired for the passion. What I will say is that everything, it's God who plans. But again, if you have the passion, the zeal and everything, don't give up. Even if when biker wa kitambo na unaona mambo haijakuwa sawa, maybe day yako haijafika. Ni tu kama msi anaitwa Goliath, amejulikana tu juzi na saizi ni msi ako top. So kila mtu ako na time yake, but I believe for you to get your time, you must work on it. You must push. You must have like a plan, a sketch, and then you can work on it. So guys, I have good intention for the bikers. I have good plans for the bikers. And also, remember, anytime you need me to come and assist you in anything, inaweza kuwa travel or anything, yani, reach out to me. I'm one person who can reply to anyone, assist anyone, talk to anyone. But out there, kuna watu hawa understand hiyo concept. They believe because I've come recently, I need to stay down. You cannot be like that. It's about the things that you want to achieve and how. If you are hard on it, you're going to go like achieve hard. If you're going to be soft, then things will not going to come easy. Having this bike doesn't mean you have to be born in a family of rich people. You can as well find your way and be here, okay? It takes time, but with the dedication, everything is possible. So guys, as I'm doing my trip in December 3rd, which I'm doing is the whole of East Africa and the whole of Southern Africa, from Indian Ocean up to down south Cape Agulhas, up to north Namibia, which is Atlantic Ocean. I just want you guys to keep on supporting me and following me, because I'm going to bring you things that you've never seen before. Yes, there are so many guys who are still doing bike content, but again, how many people out there who are giving you content about traveling to other countries so that you may understand the culture, protocols of border and everything? I believe I'll be that person who's gonna help you make your trip short around Africa with the knowledge that I'm gonna put out there.
Nice one Mustafa. So you can tell us your social media handles. Na uambie watu wa subscribe bana. Watu wasikuwa na watch content kama wa subscribe. Unatuwekea content poa sana. So mafans pia wa support pale kwa YouTube.
Okay. Hi guys, you can always follow me and support me with one name across all my social media platform. I'm using Mustapha Convict on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, in all the social media platform. Ukiandika Mustapha Convict kwa TikTok itatokea, YouTube, Facebook, it's Mustapha Convict. I don't have another name. So guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you press the notification button so that anytime I can post a video, you're going to see it. From today, henceforth, mpaka tuanze journey South Africa, content itakuwa hivi. Kwa hivyo, wewe uko pale na unataka kuona sinema, unataka kuona vile show inapigwa, adventure inapigwa, please subscribe to my channel. With your support, I'll be able to do more. And me and you, like together, all of us, we are going to achieve more. I'll ride, you'll get the knowledge out there. So guys, for those who have subscribed, asante sana. For those who have not, please usichoke, subscribe. Mustapha Convict.
Hapo sawa Mustapha. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, asante.
All the best bro.
Asante sana.
Tuendelee kusukuma, tuendelee kutupatia content vile inafaa.
Sawa.
Na tutaendelea kukusupport vile tunaweza.
Asante sana.
Asante sana.
Sawa.